1340 96.5 KVGC. On the phone with me, Douglas Viviani of Everything Old is New Again. Tonight, he and David Cohen take a look at our pop culture, where it came from, why it's still popular, making radio fun again. Douglas, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. It's nice to be back in the studio, huh? How was the fair? It looked like that was a big success, a lot of fun broadcasting from there. How many years have you been doing that?
We've been doing it for quite a few years, broadcasting, live. And then last year we put the national show there and actually we started the national show there 2 or 3. Let's see. Last year we did it video. Before that we didn't do it video. Now I think we've been doing the national show on Friday. From there, this might have been our 4th year of doing it, but broadcasting all from the fair, oh gosh, since the 70s, maybe.
Wow.
It's just kind of a throwback to the olden, I mean, don't you remember when you were a kid, you'd go somewhere and you'd see the local radio station, the disc jockey?
Absolutely. The McDonald's opened up, the car dealership, whatever, and they were there broadcasting live. It was so exciting. It really was.
It's just a throwback to that, basically.
Yeah, because
is.
Now when you see them, a lot of times it's not live. They're just kind of there with balloons and handing stuff out, but and they're playing music, but it's not on the air. I don't know why that is.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah, they're not doing the live broadcast.
Or they're playing music from their iPod or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So.
Well, I thought it was great. You had a nice food tasting.
Did you like that? Did you like that?
You had Dean Williams, the corn dog king, sitting next to you. Now there's a moniker that he was in the sandbox as a kid. He said, "That's what I'm going to be."
Yeah,
corn dog king. And it must be good. You guys were raving about those.
Oh yeah. And Dean is a great guy too. I mean, I've known him for 30, 40 years. Well, he got started in the 80s is when he actually came to our fair, and I've known him since then.
How did he start? Did he have like a truck or something?
Well, how he started was his friend's father had a corn dog concession in the Bay Area, and his boys, and he even used this term, his boys were his indentured employees. And the boys could not have a day off or get any time off unless they found someone to fill their shift for them.
Okay.
So one of them told Dean, hey, and Dean said, well, I'll try it. And he fell in love with it.
Wow.
Fell in love with it. So started working weekends.
Now, does he have a variety of them, or is it just the one type that he specializes in?
No, he's got the jumbo corn dog, the Texas size one, and the regular corn dog.
Right,
and
the
then
one that's turkey and one's beef, the big one's beef.
Yeah, and then he also does, he also has an Orange Julius stand, but it's not Orange Julius, it's called Orange Whip or something, because it's not the Orange Julius. It tastes just like an Orange Julius, but it's not an Orange Julius franchise. I think it's called Orange Whip or something like that. It tastes just like an Orange Julius. If you've had an Orange Julius, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that works. I mean, I just thought it was great. You had all the stuff there. The shark on the stick, I think it was, which someone called unique, and I think that's true. That was a word for a polite way of saying, I don't know.
I was trying to be very polite with eating that shark on the stick. It was muddy and fishy tasting. Let's put it that way. It was.
That's one of those. If you're one of these guys stuck on the rowboat in the middle of the ocean, you're fishing, you pull that up, you're happy you got it, but otherwise, I don't know.
Now let me tell you one other thing. That happened. So. The backstory, I'm not going to give you the backstory to the little contest that David and I had, because there's a little backstory to it. But we just won't go there, okay? Today. We will go there later, some other day. But, so I happened to be sitting there in the booth when the show's playing on Saturday night, first time it aired. And it plays, and a song plays, and a guy walks by. As he's walking by, he just said, he was either his wife or his girlfriend, whatever, was walking by, and he just blurted out the name of the song. I don't even think he knew it was a contest or what. He just blurts out the name of the song, and it's one that I got wrong.
Right.
So what an idiot! I mean, I should have.
Well, there's no pressure.
I should have called him back up on the stage. And, hey, Help me with this. So, anyway, it wasn't that bad. I thought I lost pretty bad, but I only lost like 31-36. It was something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
It was that last song, that kicker. See, I wasn't paying attention to the beginning of it, to the beginning of the show.
Yes.
I thought it was going to be the Batman theme, where you go, because I don't think anybody understood. Have you had anybody say to you, hey, that's the Batman, where they go, where Robin and Batman give the whole,
they buckle up and all this.
Yeah, firing up the Batmobile.
Yes. I do get some people. Kevin Burns knew it right away, the producer of
Oh
Ancient
yeah,
Aliens,
we haven't talked about that.
Yeah.
You've interviewed him.
He's coming up again. So
have you interviewed him yet for the show?
Kevin Burns, we've done 2
Yes.
shows in the past. We got 2 shows coming up in the future.
Okay, so you haven't yet interviewed him for the future, because remember we wanted to put his feet to the fire.
Correct. I need some questions and all that.
Is there going to be another season of Oak Island?
There certainly is.
Okay.
So anyway, so this guy walks by. That was the end of the story, or was there more to it?
Yeah, no, that was it. That was it. Just named he named the song, and I'm sitting there going, yeah, pal. Okay.
Well, that's it. The songs are easy when you don't have the pressure on you.
Yeah.
So
did you like watching the fair and listening to the fair? And
I thought it was great. I'm a big fair fan, and we have some here. It's interesting. We have a lot of towns close to us. It's a very dense area. So every town will have its own fair. Every now and again in the summer. So almost every weekend you can go to one. My wife's not a big fan. She just wants to wake up on Saturday morning and go in the pool and stay there till Saturday night, kind of thing. So I don't always get to go out and enjoy it the way I used to. And I'm looking at that fair, and I say this in the best possible way because I have a warm place in my heart for Mayberry and for Andy Griffith's show, and as I love the small town feel and the people that kind of know what's going on and who you are, but maybe not everything in your life, but you walk down the street or wherever and you can wave and say hello to people, and everybody's pretty much friendly, and everyone has a different specialty, like the corn dog guy or whatever that and it's kind of cool. So I get that feel from the Amador County Fair that it has a little bit of that. When you're walking around the fair, you're certainly recognizing people. Am I wrong?
Absolutely.
Which is nice, because the fairs around here, again, there's so many people. You do, but it's not. If I go to a fair that's populated by like 1,000, 2,000 people, whatever the numbers are, maybe I'll see one person. So it's okay, but I think it's kind of cool to just as you go around, this person and that person, even if you're not best friends, you know who they are, and you can wave and so forth, right?
Well, a friend of mine was talking about he was staying in the back because his kids had animals, and most of the people that have animals, they stay, a lot of them stay in the back in their trailers. And he went to get a funnel cake, and so he got a funnel cake. It was Friday night, and he was probably within 150 yards of where he was staying. Okay, he had to get the funnel cake and then walk through the barns and then back into the back area there. Okay, 200 yards, let's say. By the time he got his funnel cake and got back to his trailer, it was cold because he had stopped so many times, and people said, "Hey, how you doing? Hey, what's going on? Hey." They wanted to talk to him. Yeah, and that's just the way it is. There's down the midway, there are planter boxes, which are rock planter boxes that are just full of flowers, and people sit on those on Friday and Saturday nights, and people walk by. Hey, how you doing? What are you doing? So if you want to see people, that's where you actually sit.
Now you mentioned that the fair, not that it's limited to this, but when you go to the fair, you expect to see flowers, have a corn dog, and a beer. Now the corn dog and a beer, I understand. What's up with the flowers?
Oh, we're famous for our flowers. We've our flowers. When you walk into the gates, that's like the first thing you see. Boom, like this big explosion of color, and that's right down the midway. And the midway is the only place on the fair where there's any pavement. It's all grass. Everywhere you walk on the fairgrounds, except in a building, of course, it's all grass. And there's only one strip of. It's about the size of a two-lane road going right down the center, and right down the center of that two-lane road are these big rock planter beds that are probably 20 feet long and maybe 4 feet wide. They're full of flowers. And
so they're planted ahead of time,
the ladies
grown, or they planted already grown to display? How does that...
They start with like little 2-inch seedlings, and Nancy Hawkins and Katie Bryant in January, February, they start with these, and then they plant them in May, and then they continue to water them and nurture them, and they actually,
I'm not saying they're not special, but what does make them special? Or that you're known for that in the
because they're beautiful.
I thought there was like a special breed.
No. Yeah, it's the Amador breed chrysanthemum. No.
It's nice as you walk in before you get to the live cattle show or whatever.
No,
it's the nice smell of the flowers.
Yeah, and then they have individual flower boxes. In fact, for $125, Everything Old is New Again could sponsor one, and it would say Everything Old is New Again, and they set those throughout the fairgrounds, so they just kind of spread the flowers throughout the fairgrounds.
It's possible.
You never know.
Interesting thought.
Or maybe the mustard people. We've been giving them enough publicity.
Exactly. That's a good question. I will contact them and ask them about that. So I love the fairs. Now, here's the thing. I'm stifled a little bit with the fair thing, but this weekend or week, my wife has to go away to Arkansas for business. Don't ask why or what's going to happen there. But so for this week and weekend upcoming, next weekend, I have the kids to myself. So I want to be the guy that definitely we've logged in. There's a fair around the block that we'll be going to, and I'll take some pictures and see if we can compare. We certainly can't, but just show a little bit about what we have here. And the other side of the fence is, what else can I do with these kids to just relive the kiddom? I think that's what I enjoy about the fair a lot, is that it brings back memories as a kid and the free lifestyle and the careless, just let's have an ice cream, let's ride a ride, let's listen to a song, that kind of stuff. So I'm wondering what to do. I mean, certainly I could take them to a movie. I know I'm going to take them to a couple of burger joints and pizza places around town, and we're going to do an exploration Saturday. We're going to try to find the best hot dog or the best hamburger and or the best pizza in town, have them go to one and another and taste them. We've got a couple places I have in mind and that kind of thing. So, but I'm wondering what else to do that I could kind of get them all excited about, something different to remember at the time. The fair for sure, and that. But maybe we'll take them fishing or something. I don't know. Got to do some activities, just Dad, so they'll remember their time of doing things that Mom necessarily wouldn't do with them. That maybe
actually, the kids should wait on you hand and foot, because you're not leaving them with barbecue guy and fondue guy.
And that would actually be good, because that would be a good diet, because they're quite limited in what they could serve me. So I would probably lose some weight having them.
How about some movies, some late night movies with the kids?
That's what I want to do too. I want to do a couple of late night movies, maybe I don't know. I go throwbacks, like these Indiana Jones movies or E.T., Back to the Future, Jaws, Rocky, something like that. Something that I saw as a kid that I want to, have them sit down and enjoy. I don't know.
I got it for you. Here's what to do. Go to the store, buy as much crap as you can buy, okay?
Right.
I mean, get cookies, get some soda, get some chips, get some ice cream, whatever, and then rent, if they're still available, I'm sure, you could get Goonies.
Right.
Okay. How about Monster Squad? Do you remember Monster Squad?
Yes.
When you were a kid? And they might be a little bit too young for this, but the original Fright Night. Do you remember the original Fright Night?
Vincent Price. No, what's it? He played Vincent.
Roddy McDowell. Remember, he was the
right.
He was the TV
vampire hunter.
Yeah, he was the TV host. Yeah, he was the TV host that was a vampire. Those three movies. There you go.
Those are great ones. Unfortunately, they've seen Goonies, but the others is not a bad idea.
How about Monster Squad's a cute movie? That's the kids hunt the monsters and stuff.
Yes, that's a good one. All right, so we'll do some of those. Maybe I would even do like one of these really bad monster movies from the 50s. You know,
Get that one with Ed. Gosh, I can't. The one with Bela Lugosi. I can't even. think of it.
Plan 9 from Outer Space.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Ed,
I did one. The giant claw was a big bird. It attacked an airplane as it went by, and all this.
Is Mystery Theater still on anywhere? Can you get it?
It isn't. It would be great. I think my 7-year-old wouldn't get a lot of the references, though it might work for him. But I thought that was a great show, Mystery Theater. And they're going to do what I'm going to do, in essence, show them these crazy movies and comment upon them as they go. Maybe them with the big ants. We could just comment. Remember that one? That was pretty good. You'll get the phrase of these things. But
well, and let's just talk about this week's show. Before we do that, though, we'll wrap up last week's show. It was one-hit wonders, and it was a lot of fun. But I think maybe it's time that you and David go head-to-head. So we're going to come up with the KVGC trivia audio quiz show, and we'll put you and David on the hot seat. How's that sound?
Sounds good, because as a host, you have this, the answers, and you can kind of like gloat, and you kind of like, I don't know, I mean, how you sound on the radio, I don't know. You sort of sound like you know it all, like you're the expert, but I have the answers right in front of me, so that's why it sounds like I know what's going on when I'm the host. When I'm the guest, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be fun. I would enjoy that, depending upon the topic. We got to figure out what topic it'll be, or you do. And
do you want to do that?
Let's plan that for sure.
How about historical quotes, movie quotes, theme? It'll just be an audio cornucopia of questions. How's that?
Good. So there could be no real studying for it. So
no.
Either you know it or you don't.
Yeah, and it won't be hard.
Oh, well, then I'm all in for that.
Because you're dealing with us, and so it won't be hard. It won't be hard. Hey, what's up with this week's show?
Well, I'll tell you, we just following up on the one-hit wonders, because I find like these songs, music is sort of like time travel, So when we hear a song, you kind of travel back in time. So especially those one-hit wonders, you don't hear them all that much all the time. So I'm going to take a look at, in detail, many of the songs and others that we played during the quiz from last week that everyone heard at the fair. And we're going to see what's the story behind some of these bands. Why did they not become successful? Or did they break up and somebody else in the group, one person in the group moved on and became successful on their own? Or just stories about, where we were when we heard these songs for the first time and things like that. So we're going to go down real memory lane, if you will, from the 60s till now of one-hit wonders. Where are they now?
Have you read anything about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I have not. I've seen a couple of the ads on TV.
What they did is Quentin Tarantino and his music director, she's the same one that's been with him for and actually this movie actually is a trilogy with Inglourious Bastards and I forget the other one. But it's like a weird. But anyway, if I say too much, it'll give the plot away. But they listened to hours and hours and hours of KHJ, which was Boss Radio in Los Angeles. KHJ air checks from 1969.
Wow. Because
it takes place, during the Manson murder era and that point. And they take those clips, and those clips are actually playing in the background with like the real Don Steele and all the DJs from KHJ and that and the music, and that's what plays throughout the background of the, which I think is pretty cool.
That is very cool. That really does set the tone.
Yeah.
And again, that I think is what it is. Also, the DJs too. That's true.
Yeah.
That you'll hear a voice of these DJs if you're in that area or familiar with them.
Absolutely.
And that'll take you back. So maybe I'll have to check that movie out. We'll see.
All right. Tonight, 6:00. Tomorrow night at 6:00. Everything Old is New Again. Douglas Viviani and David Cohen. Hey, thanks a lot, Douglas.
My pleasure, and we're looking forward to the challenge whenever it arrives.